Yeah, I've been going to movies on Mondays instead of
Hell yeah.
to the pod. Yeah, I went to go see Monkey Man and Civil War.
Nice.
What'd you think about Monkey Man? Me and Alex talked about it for a bit, but
Yeah.
I think I gave it a 3. Like it was entertaining, and the action I feel like, and some of the shots were really cool. Um, the story was really fucking bad, in my opinion. But I mean, like I don't know. It's not like that movie. Like that's not like what that movie was. So like I don't know. You know,
It felt
I mean,
like
I
two
thought it
movies
was
in
fine.
one,
Yeah, I
like it
kind of
was
thought that
trying to
too.
be something more than just an action movie, which is fine. But it didn't really, for me, it
I
really,
felt
that
like
was my
it didn't
biggest
really
gripe.
work like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't pull
yeah,
it off. Right. So,
fair
yeah.
enough. Thought
That's cool
the
though.
visuals just really carried it for me, I guess, to be like
Yeah.
impactful, but the shaky
I
cam
mean,
was
how many
absurd.
times can you fucking do a flashback to like his village before that like just
that's,
loses all meaning, you know? And there were like
that's,
fucking 10 of them. Like it's
yeah.
like what the fuck, dude?
It
And then
was
they
two
played
different kinds of
story.
flashbacks. There was like the happy flashbacks and then the tragic ones. So it's like pick one or the other, or like put one of each one and then call it good. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
Or like
get them
reveal
over
it
with.
that stuff earlier or
Right.
something. Like
Yeah.
Do it
I
early and then
understand that
keep moving.
there was a time and place for him to reveal that information. It's just like I don't know.
Right.
You should have made it earlier, probably, if you wanted those. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that like the end of the second act for a lot of movies where he's like obviously in the village and training, and then you got a flat like that's where everyone just shoves a bunch of shit that you don't want to watch. You know, like it's
Mhm.
like okay,
Yeah.
get all this backstory and all this dialogue out now. It's like we've already got him into an hour into the movie. It's like, dude,
Yeah. We
just
got him hooked.
take it out. We don't need that shit anymore. I swear. But
Expo.
Dude, also like how long like in real time in the movie, I guess, like was he supposed to be training at that village?
like a week maybe, I don't know, a couple
It's
days.
like holy shit, like I mean he went like Super Saiyan. Like he was
Yeah.
way fucking better. Like
Yeah.
and like all of the other people like got just to be badasses too. Like I don't that was
That
kind of
part
out of
didn't
nowhere.
work for me
I feel like.
either. I don't know how they got to the top VIP room, but hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I also thought it was like pretty jarring that like at every other fight or point in the movie, they're pretty much playing rap in the background for fights and stuff. And then for that fight, like it's just like
Hardcore
death
rock.
metal. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Like,
Took a
that is a
turn.
weird change. Like
Yeah.
Yep, that just
Weird.
signifies his change as a badass monkey man.
yeah, I
He's
don't
goes
know.
hard.
It was just fucking weird.
I like that he took the time to dye his mask, put it on, and then takes it off like
I
moments
know.
later.
I'm like,
Immediately.
dude, why did you even dye the fucking mask?
I feel
Full
like that
support.
choice was like, well, to be realistic, this guy wouldn't fight with the mask on if it's like
Yeah.
that. So he has to take like, and I like backtracked it to that, being like, okay, but yeah, 100. Like, why
Like
would
you're
you build
right.
it up to
But like, yeah,
just
why
take
would
it
you
off?
even show?
I
Yeah,
think
like
what
why even
really
show that?
happened was he dyed it in the bleach, put it on, realized that there was too many fumes going on, and he was like, "This is going to fucking kill me,"
Yeah,
and then took it off.
Fucking space
it's
balls. I can't
just
breathe in
supposed
this
to
thing.
signify that he went Super Saiyan, and that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Well,
So you guys gonna watch Sasquatch Sunset?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about what I wanted to go see next Monday, and it's either
That's what I'm
that
gonna
or
go see next Monday.
well, it's
You
that
gonna see it?
or
Yeah,
Abigail or the
Mhm.
new Guy Ritchie movie, the
I'm seeing that tomorrow, and I'm
gentlemanly
excited
warfare
about that.
one.
I want to
Yeah, I don't
see
know.
that and
Probably one of those
Abigail.
three.
I might go see Sasquatch, but I feel like that's one I'll catch on like Hulu or whatever,
Yeah,
But
it just
Yeah,
seems like it's gonna be like just an experience, and I kind of want to
nostalgic
catch it. You know,
for sure.
yeah.
I
I was
am seeing
excited
Guy
when I saw
Ritchie's
the
movie
trailer.
tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna try to see as many movies as I can while I'm up for the week. So I'm
Sweet,
gonna go see
dude.
Civil War finally as well.
Do it. Do it.
Hell yeah.
That was
So,
heavy.
Yeah. Really heavy.
Yeah.
Man, like I don't know, I texted Matt a little bit about it, but like I don't know, there were so many times in that movie that I was just like very uncomfortable. But like I don't
I
know,
mean,
just
like,
all
It definitely puts you like on the edge of your seat. You're
It's
like,
just so fucking like real. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
Even just some of the images, there's
Yeah.
like 5 to 10 minutes in, you just watch a dude get lit on fire, like straight up.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
fire and
Oh my
shit,
god,
I
dude.
know.
Like yeah, like that was
Yeah.
just so fucked. Like
yeah, it's just like nuts to like experience it.
yeah.
Great movie though, definitely worth the
Oh
watch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Makes you
Jesse
think, makes you
Plemons scene
talk.
in that like got me as like, damn, this
Like,
is
That was probably the most uncomfortable scene for me.
yeah. I was just
Absolutely.
like, this is how crazy radical Americans think.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I
Got a
mean? I was
fucking
like, this
machine
is
gun. Yeah.
insane to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil much, I guess, but I had like a really visceral reaction in that scene
Yeah.
when the chick's like getting out of there.
She
I was
falls
just
in.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, God, we're fucked. Like America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
But on the lighter side, you guys want to start our podcast with the summer box office predictions then?
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Sure.
Yeah. This is gonna be just the US domestic box office. Because some movies probably don't play in like certain territories. It could just like fuck it up, you know.
Yeah, I heard that like Oppenheimer just started getting played
Yeah,
like
in
a month
Japan.
ago or two in Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah,
a
they
but
like
I
boycotted
did
it
look
the
up,
first time
like,
it came around.
I had to look up the top 10 from last year because I couldn't find my list. But I was just like comparing from last year to like see like what kind of trends could happen this year, I guess. So
Schmack.
yeah, I
The
was kind of
Barbenheimer,
surprised.
man, that shit just exploded
dude.
more than we thought.
Fucking Barbie was at number 1.
That's crazy.
And Oppenheimer was at number 4. And like I didn't even.
But where would it be without?
I don't think either of those were on my list. Like,
I think Oppenheimer was on my list, but no, I don't think it was near the top.
yeah, like I think I might have had Oppenheimer at 10, like subbed in at the last minute. Like,
Just in case. I have one of those this year, actually. Of like, maybe.
Same,
wanna
actually.
keep it.
My
But
number 10
also-
is
Interesting.
yeah, I was thinking kind of the same. Honestly, I have no idea about my picks, but like,
That's what's tough.
because I feel like I have some
Yeah.
like kind of I don't know radical choices, but
Okay. Cool.
because like I don't know, there's like Little Mermaid at 5. Or
Oh,
like
for
Sound
last-
of
yeah.
Freedom
Oh,
at
yeah.
6.
Sound of
Like
Freedom
who
would
would have
no one would
guessed
guess
either
that.
of those as
Yeah.
like on this
Yeah.
list, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, let's just get into it then. What do you guys have for 10 out of the summer coming up?
this one's coming from my heart, where I just want it to do well, and that's Maxine. With
Dude, same here.
Ah,
That
okay,
was
okay.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Nice.
I saw a trailer for
So-
it like on Monday, and it looks pretty
fucking
fucking good.
rad.
Yeah.
I'm excited now. After
Definitely want
want
to catch up. Yeah, I want to watch those.
Gotta see Pearl
when that
first,
comes
but
out. Yeah.
you think it could crack it? It's got some hype now, I feel like, with those
I
first two.
That's where I'm like, it's coming from my heart, but at the same time, there's like this huge following now, especially after X, and then people went and saw Pearl after that, and it just kind of like turned into this snowball effect of people just being
Yeah.
like, these movies rule,
Mm-hmm.
and like Ty West is a thing now. So I'm hoping it does well. I think it has the potential.
If it can like translate to just like general horror audience members too,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I feel like
I think with the setting, I think it's going to lean towards, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be like more noir, maybe.
seemed like it.
I could be
from what I
wrong, but
saw.
that's what it feels. Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Down with
Curious
that.
how it's gonna feel like a sequel to X, but also like way different. Obviously,
Yeah.
should be cool.
I'm
My number
excited.
10, just hedging my bets, and kind of also I want it to do pretty well too. Alien Romulus. It's
Okay.
probably R-rated. It's probably not a big draw Alien anymore, but maybe compared to some of the other ones.
It's
I was
on
like,
my list.
okay.
It's on my
It's
list
on mine
too,
too.
actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, shit.
They
Well,
could have
maybe.
Fede Alvarez.
I mean, I didn't think he was gonna do like super awesome, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like look from like Barbie being so high last year. I feel like there could be a fucking wild card for like nostalgia movies. So that was
Right.
kind of like what
That's
fueled
true.
my list. So
People
like,
know Alien at least. It's an easy
Right.
brand.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
people go out to see it is the question.
I'm excited just because Fede Alvarez is doing it, and that means there's going to be a shitload of like gore, and I
Nice.
am pumped for that fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Evil Dead is one of the best like remakes.
Yeah.
I think.
So good.
Very good.
Yeah. Dude, I remember I went to like Chicago Comic Con back in the day, and Bruce Campbell was there. I got to like get a that poster signed by him.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
coolest guy. I was like, yeah, it's pretty. I haven't seen the old ones, but I thought this was, as far as horror goes, it's pretty dope. He's like, right, we worked our fucking asses off for this movie. And I was like, yeah, shows, man, shows.
Yeah, definitely.
He was like he had like suspenders and like candy striped shirt on. He was fucking.
He's popping.
He was dripping, dude. He was dripping.
You expect nothing less from him, right?
Right.
So who's got a 10 ready to go?
My 10 is because, so I like, similarly, I put some of the ones that like I want to do well higher on my list, but my 10 is just like, I think it's going to make it because of the machine, and it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, that's on my list.
You know?
Gotcha.
It's on my list as well.
I put that higher actually. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just put it on there. I thought it had to be on there because I was like.
But also, just like the rated R movies, like I don't know, but like the other two movies, like the other two Deadpool movies, like I feel like did pretty fucking well, even though they were R-rated movies, right? Like,
oh yeah, everybody is. I remember people were trying to sneak into the theater because it was like getting young kids too. So it's gonna be
Me and Sarah go see a movie every year for Valentine's Day. Deadpool. That was our movie.
Nice.
For Valentine's Day.
Nice.
It's a love story, man.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
This one, I mean, the Wolverine draw too. I feel like
exactly.
Yeah,
a lot of Marvel fans are checked out, but this is the one brand I think that can bring some people back in.
That was my thought.
Like in the same way that like the last like Spider-Man, like the last like live action Spider-Man did.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
If the name's big enough.
Right. My top two movies are actually, I didn't think about it, but they are rated R. So, like, it's on my list. So,
okay.
Actually,
maybe
I think one
it's
of
the
mine
year
is
for
too.
rated R movies.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of mine are actually rated R, I think.
There wasn't like a lot of picks that I was super like, that's going to make a lot of money. But from most of these, I'm like, there's a good chance.
A lot of mine I'm unsure about.
Yeah. Are we on 9 now? Was your 10 Maxine too, Joe? Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 9, I could see this not doing well, but I think it could also like capture this early box office. Mine's The Fall Guy, number 9.
Hey, same.
That's on my list as well.
Okay.
I actually didn't know what it was about, and then I didn't search it, so.
It's got Ryan Gosling in it, man. He's having his resurgence.
That'll probably do well,
exactly.
I mean, talking about Barbenheimer hype, it's got Ryan Gosling.
Wait,
and,
so is it like the sequel to that one with Russell Crowe?
No, the Emily Blunt.
Or what was that movie? The Fall Guys?
Oh, that's the Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys.
That's a good one too.
Okay.
This is like an action movie, comedy, but it has 2 actors from Barbenheimer, so maybe that'll just kind of like bring in both audiences a little bit.
Yeah,
I could see it.
I could see it.
Yeah.
That's my 9.
My number 9 was, I don't think it's gonna do as well as the last one, and the last one did like 200 mil, and that was during COVID, like peak lockdown times or whatever the fuck. Bad Boys Ride or Die, but I think after the Will Smith,
I actually put that higher.
yeah.
I was so
high.
Mainly because I watched the trailer and I was
debated. I debated like,
an
either gonna go watch this movie because of Will Smith or the opposite. So yeah.
Every time it's played in my theater, the trailer, there's been people who like chuckle at it, and I'm like, that shit, man.
The people that went and saw Top Gun Maverick, they're going to go see Bad Boys. All right.
Yeah.
All those old fucking dudes.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
2000s energy back.
Dude, and honestly, from the trailer, like Will Smith is actually looking pretty good. Like, like as far as the action shit, Martin Lawrence, like he can barely fucking talk, but like, looks like he's doing a good job.
There's one sick shot in that trailer too that I'm just like, ooh, it's like the gun, like the close-up gunshot, and it's like
when he tosses it or whatever.
Yeah, you just see like the gun like rotate. I'm just like, ooh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty badass.
Yeah.
I left that one out. That was the one I was like toying with, Alien Romulus or that one, because like hedging my bets a little bit. I went with Alien, but
I didn't realize how well the last Bad Boys movie did until like recently. I looked it up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that pulled a lot of money for that time. So
you know what I'm banking on is the slap. Now like people are
what
diving
I'm worried
off.
about.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's the test for him.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
My number 9. I just put the new Quiet Place movie. I actually don't want it to do well, but I feel like I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like
Yeah,
it's a
fuck that movie.
well-known name franchise of movies, and I feel
Mhm.
like the odds of it at least being in the top 10 are probably kind of high.
I'd say so. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like
I left that one
I
off.
really don't want it to do well, though.
We'll see
Like,
if it's
every time I
good.
see the trailer in theaters, I'm just like, Jesus, why did they have to make another one of these? Fuck. Like,
Don't you
I
want
mean,
to know how it all started, bro?
I don't give a
You
fuck.
get that
Like,
in the
that
second
destroys the
one,
mystery.
You
Like,
know, you get a little bit of that. You get enough of that in the second one. I thought, like, okay,
Yeah.
I feel
They
like
tease
it
it.
won't have the same amount of passion as like John Krasinski's
oh,
does.
hell no.
Yeah.
Because
You
that's
can
like
tell
John
it doesn't,
Krasinski's
like-
babies, you know? And, like he's a very good director. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
think
yeah.
it'll make some money though. That's number 5 for me. So
Oh, shit.
that's my
right in the
seven.
middle. I moved it up a little bit actually in the last couple days, but are we on to 8s?
Yeah, is that
Maybe-
everybody's 9s?
Maxine is my 8. I figured it might do well now.
hell yeah.
Kind of want it
Cool.
to do well after. I'm gonna
Yeah,
finish
I think
the
it
other
looks
ones.
pretty good.
My number
Of the
8,
like trailers I was seeing like Monday, I don't know. I feel like it was the
Yeah.
best of them.
for sure.
Nice.
My number 8, I have actually quite a few of these because I think these might be the highest grossing of the summer. But it's my first animated
Animated
movie.
movies?
Yeah,
I put
think
a
these
lot
are
on
gonna
here
make
too.
some money because the
Yeah.
kids are going to be going out at least no matter what. But I have the Garfield movie.
Hey, that's my
Interesting.
number 8 as
That's
well.
That's the
Really?
one I left off actually.
I'm kind of worried about
It's-
it, honestly.
It's
but
Chris Pratt. People are gonna come listen to Chris Pratt.
Oh, you're
After
right.
Mario,
Fuck,
you think
dude.
after Mario? I feel like after Mario, like I don't know. I don't.
Dude,
mind
Mario
Mario
did so
but-
well. Mario
It
was number
did.
2 of like the domestic movies last year.
The
It
whole
was
year,
it
yeah.
just
Damn,
didn't come
okay.
out in the summer, so like it
Mhm.
didn't affect our list, you know.
Gotcha.
like,
But like it
exploded.
Alright,
did
fair
so good. Like yeah.
You know,
Which
parents
like
shouldn't
I
be
don't know
bringing
if
their
it was Chris
kid.
Pratt or if it was Mario, but like, you know,
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was number 3 though. So like maybe it was Chris Pratt.
It's got some draw.
Chris Pratt is happy right now. That dude
Yeah.
is just
Living his best life.
Yeah.
Sitting in a sound booth.
Right.
Cashing a
Barely
check.
Yeah,
adjusting
damn,
his
you didn't have to
normal
fucking act
voice.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah. What's yours, Joe?
Mine is the new Alien Romulus.
Okay, I hope, man.
I don't
hope it
know.
makes some money.
I wanted to keep
That's-
it like lower on the list just in case, because like
Yeah.
I feel like it's a toss up.
Yeah,
that's actually my number 7. So with Alien Romulus.
Hell yeah.
my number 7. I moved it down. It is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna.
Okay.
Make
I didn't know
as
how
much
those
as
would
the other
do.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I-
I think
debating
it'll
moving
still
that.
do pretty well compared to some
Yeah.
other stuff.
The bad thing about that one, every trailer I see of it, I want to be happy, but the last one just ended so well, like so perfectly for me.
Yeah, dude.
And then the fact that Matt Reeves is just not a part of it is just kind of a turn off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
And it looks so.
Trailers aren't really doing it much to
Oh,
pull people in. I'd say
it's
it'll keep
Yeah.
some
So
fans,
official.
but not really.
I'm kind of getting
Yeah.
this story where
Drawing
like
people.
it's just like the humans are just like, because they don't have technology anymore, they're just like
it's like
basically
picking up
don't
right where the
exist,
old
and-
ones start now. That's
Yeah,
where we're at now.
I just want them to make one more where it's like the classic one where apparently like they come from space, like humans land from like a capsule, and then it's like, oh fuck, it's
Yeah.
Earth with
Yeah.
apes.
We're in New York. Holy shit!
Whoa.
Yeah.
But you can't even do that.
It's like the
reveal
gorilla Statue
anymore.
of Liberty.
Yeah.
I just want them to like come full circle to it, but they keep like
Right.
making these middle ones where it's like it's kind of like that. But
You've made 3 good ones. It's like I hate to say
Yeah.
it, you've earned the reboot. You know, in a
Dude,
way.
like I thought
Like,
that was like, I don't know. I feel like that was just a good place to end. I don't know.
It
It's just
was.
like, do you need to make any more? Like, I don't
No.
know.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like franchises nowadays. They just get fucking hooked on them and don't want to let them die. I feel like so.
it's an easy investment compared to other shit, I guess. But
Well,
it's not going to pay off in the long run.
on top of
more
franchises,
this
like
Maybe.
The-
What if they end up doing the one where they come from space?
I think like you've burnt it out a little bit too much now, though, because it's like
Yeah, you're
don't-
kind of
you're
right.
kind of by
Yeah.
booking
Yeah.
it, you know, and not really like making new shit. But
Yeah, it would be like making
you-
another Indiana Jones movie after that shit. You know?
I wouldn't run it
one
by
they just
'em.
made.
they probably will make another one. Who knows?
Yeah.
they'll cast a young indie.
Fuck 'em.
new
Keep
indie
destroying my
reboot.
favorite franchises from when I was a kid. Just keep doing it, you know?
Yep.
Like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. My 7 is Furiosa. I don't
That
really
is
know.
my
Okay.
6.
I feel like her name
Okay.
Anya Taylor-Joy. I feel like she's pretty popular. So
Yeah.
Chris
yeah,
Hemsworth too.
yeah.
I think like the Mad Max hype is it hasn't like been like vocal,
Pretty
but
low.
well, like the
You think
last
it's
one was
high?
huge. The last movie is like really like revered by a lot of people.
Yeah,
So like
one of the greatest like action road movies of
for
like
sure.
Good.
yeah.
Okay.
Will this one be able to like jump off of
I
that?
doubt it.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is my number 6,
It's
just in case it kind of pops off.
it's actually
Yeah.
high on my list, so
Me
Yeah.
too.
I think
Well,
it
just-
could.
because of Fury Road, I think. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
a small group of people that are gonna be like, hell yeah. I mean, I'm
But,
one of those
like,
people. I'm excited for it.
Same.
Max
Right.
won't even be in it though.
He'll probably
That's
have
fine.
like a little. He'll
Maybe
see him
he'll
in the
make a little
distance, his car
cameo.
driving or something.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, who fucking cares? I mean,
Yeah.
It looks bad. I mean, the trailer like excites me more than a lot of the other movies now. So it's like,
Yeah.
I haven't
Especially
actually
the
seen the
last
trailer.
trailer. The last trailer, like the latest one they released, actually looks pretty good.
nice.
It looks more finished than
Yeah,
the first one they teased. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My number
who's got a-
6
yeah.
is another animated Inside Out 2.
Oh shit.
Put that one pretty high up.
That's actually
for
my
me.
5. Yeah.
Okay. Out of all the
Okay.
animated ones, I think that one's gonna do the best. That's my
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually put one higher than that because
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
which
there's a
one?
hype train that's been going for years. But I put Bad Boys for number 6. So
hell yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I kind of wanted to do good. I'm gonna go see it. I mean,
Yeah.
Fun.
I'll
Right,
do
It's
that.
gonna be a
right,
fun
baby.
movie. Yeah. My 6 is Alien Romulus. Figure it's around there. But then
On to
Kingdom is my
5?
5. Yeah, Kingdom is
Kingdom.
my 5. So they're
Quiet
all
Place is
mid,
my
you
5,
know.
so
Yeah.
got some
Go
with Fall
franchise
Guy.
shit right here in the middle.
Fall
Okay.
Guy. Okay.
You think it's
Fall
gonna?
Guy, yeah.
You think it's gonna do pretty well?
I think with the Ryan Gosling hype right now, he's just cooking, so I think it's gonna do pretty well.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It looks fun enough.
Definitely.
I like the way, I don't know, because I saw the poster for it in AMC the other day, and I was like, I like the style of like, those like 70s, 80s posters. It's just like blown out colors, like action shot
Yeah.
of like a full dude. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
hmm
cool.
It's got like the
cool.
camera arm for a lot of it too, or it's like
Mhm.
kind of meta-ish. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
the trailer's
So
fun.
it's-
Yeah, a lot of colors that pop for sure.
It'll be good. Be good. I have that one, like Fall Guy, made me think of another movie that wasn't even on my radar that made it onto my list, and it's probably like my biggest wild card. But we can get to that. We get to that later.
Are we into 4, or who's got a 5 left?
Joe, you're 5.
I put Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
That's my 5.
Well,
And
my
then
number
I've got-
4. Yeah, go ahead.
I just have Deadpool and Wolverine as my 4.
Nice.
I can see it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's just gonna make some money.
That's gonna make a lot of
I
money.
assume. I don't know. I
Absolutely
mean,
makes my number 4 is Despicable Me 4.
Really?
Oh man. Okay.
that's actually my 3.
Yeah.
You think
I,
that's
What?
gonna make money?
Yeah,
I
dude.
think
Like,
so.
there's a fucking
I
hype
love
train.
that
After
shit.
I haven't even seen any of the
Minions.
For
Despicable
what?
Me's,
Yeah.
but I know that people love those movies.
It's got
Like,
Groot,
They're
it's
like
those
got
the
the
fucking
minions
movies.
attached.
Minions.
Minions
I don't
are
even
funny.
like them.
Minions.
They love
So
the
much
minions. Yeah, they love the minions, dude. Like,
Yeah.
God.
people are just gonna hop on that hype train.
The
Yeah.
Kids are
That
gonna be
shit-
begging their
Garfield,
parents to go.
the
I'm
death
worried
of
that there's,
culture,
like,
man.
Too many
Adults are
animated
gonna be begging the
movies.
kids to go.
I'm worried there's too many this summer, so they might like cancel each other out a little bit.
It's possible, yeah.
And Despicable Me 4, that's the 4th one. It's it's down the road. But
Yeah.
so I think the kids, man. I'm just banking on the kids. They
Yeah.
see Drew. They want to
Fuck
fucking
that
go see
noise.
a movie.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Not my kid. Not my
Not my kids.
All
All
right. My
Kingdom
4
of the
was
Planet of the Apes was my 4, by the way.
Okay.
We've talked about it.
Hell
but
yeah.
I moved it
Yeah.
down from like that position. I was like, that's gonna
Yeah.
do a lot, and I was like, I don't know.
yeah.
Hey,
So
I
just
hope I'm not
missed it.
like. I hope I don't regret not putting that on my list because I didn't put it on my list.
It might
Mm.
be
just-
lower. Yeah.
I just feel like with the franchise behind it, plus the director, he did like the Maze Runner movies, so I feel like there's going to be a little bit of an audience coming from that bleed
Wow,
off.
there's actually like
Maybe.
one movie that nobody said yet that I think is probably pretty high for everyone.
Well,
Yeah.
is it If? Because that's my number 4.
Oh,
I
nah, that
kept
wasn't.
that one off.
I
my
didn't put that one on my
list.
list.
Okay. I thought it could have been a huge mistake, but I was following the same logic as like Fall Guy, like Ryan Gosling. He's up. It's gonna be. I threw it on
Yeah,
there. 'cause
it's
I was
got
like,
that's a
maybe.
John Krasinski movie. I mean,
That
I
too.
know.
Yeah, I
Care
saw
about
it was
it,
directed
though?
by him, and I was like, all right, yeah.
That movie just does not look that good to me. But I don't know. The trailers don't do
I
it.
really didn't see anything other than it was directed by John and had Ryan Gosling in it. So I was like, you know what, maybe.
I'd probably do well just for those things.
That's what
yeah.
I was like. Yeah, I was like, people look at that like the way I look at it. So yeah,
We'll see.
that's
We'll
cool,
see.
though. Yeah,
It looks silly.
it's all a gamble.
It
Does
looks
it?
like
Yeah.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Am I crazy? Like it's
No,
like
it
a
is.
brand new original concept. I was like, dude, did you turn on fucking?
You're biting other. Yeah.
Cartoon Network one day?
They're never
You
any
watch
brand new
Cartoon
original
Network when you were
concepts.
growing up?
Right.
Yo, regular
Um,
show slaps.
Are we got a 4 still?
Yeah,
on the
you got
threes?
Kingdom. If
Yeah, my 3 was
These are-
Despicable Me 4.
Okay.
These are the bangers.
Top
Yeah.
3. This
Furiosa was
is
mine. My
oh,
3.
that could, man. It could be pretty
That's what I
good.
thought. It's got the hype. It's got the hype.
What was your 3? I didn't hear it.
Furiosa.
Curious. Okay.
Yeah.
My 3 is Twisters.
Dude,
Interesting.
I
That's
was
what I
so
was
close to
thinking.
putting that
like-
on my list. I was like, yo.
You didn't put it on your list? That was
No.
like the one
Boom.
that I thought was like gonna be fueled by the fucking nostalgia, dude.
Yeah,
I feel
true.
like Twisters is gonna fucking
Nostalgia?
go off.
You got
Yeah.
fucking the Glenn guy in it. What's his
Yeah.
name?
Yeah, dude.
Powell. Yeah.
I
Powell?
saw
Yeah.
back-to-back
Heating
trailers with that dude when I went to the theater.
It-
Like,
I'm not even gonna lie. I can like the Glenn Powell train, sure, fine. But when I was watching the Twisters trailer for the first time, and me and Sarah were watching it, and I forget what movie we were watching, but anyway, we were watching it, and then it showed the scene of him in his cowboy hat and a white t-shirt. I'm like, how come I don't look like that in a white t-shirt? And then I'm like, how come I don't look like that when I wear my cowboy hats? So I'm there for
Yeah.
Glenn Powell. You know, that dude can wear the fuck out of clothes.
Yeah, that's true.
Get yourself a little
The-
HGH, Alex. You'll get
Right, you
there.
gotta start pumping up. Yeah, the shot where it's like, oh, it's perfect, and then she's like, it's gorgeous, she's gorgeous, and they look at each other. I'm like, that just sold $10 million to the audience.
True.
Like,
True.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
go
just gonna-
see it. Like,
That, plus the two Twisters coming together. It's like what?
Twins!
I've seen too many
Yeah.
trailers, man.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
Fuck
mean
yeah.
that's like in the heart of summer too. It's like July, like right after 4th of July, I think. So I just
Oh,
think it's gonna just have a
people just
Oh, yeah.
witnessed a Twister near them.
right.
It's gonna
Super
cook.
relevant.
I was wondering if anybody else was gonna put it on there. I don't.
Oh, hell
Did
yeah.
you say?
Honestly, I
Okay.
put it as my number 1. Spoiler.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
it's my
fuck,
number
alright.
1.
Okay.
all
That
right.
might
I
be
think
it.
it's gonna go off. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
These
Gonna
top 3 are
spawn.
kind of interchangeable for me, just because I feel like these are
Yeah.
gonna be the biggest ones of the summer. But I think there's gonna be
Well-
one that's gonna top them all. But
yeah,
Round of
the
2?
last one. Is everybody sub to 3?
I think so, then. Right?
Yeah.
Furiosa.
My 2 is Inside Out 2. I think that's just gonna be the best animated one or the most money making.
Gotcha.
I figured it would be high. The best animated. It's
It's a hyped
it's number
sequel.
1.
That's your number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because the first one popped off. So like
Riding the animated movie trains.
it's the only one on
never
there.
seen the first one.
So, my clutch.
We'll see
Never
if the
seen it?
nostalgia beats out the kids.
Yeah. I mean,
I wish I
feel
liked animated movies more. I think.
Inside Out's a great
Yeah.
one for sure. That's
It is-
I think the
it is
hype is
good.
gonna build it up. Whether it's gonna be a better movie or a good movie, we'll see.
That one pulls your heartstrings, man. And if they do the same thing the first one did,
I don't know if it could pull this cold heartstrings or
yeah,
these cold heartstrings.
Oldies.
Yeah.
black hole.
Yeah.
I feel
Mine's Furiosa. That's my number 2.
Cool.
I actually put kind of a wild card, but also kind of the same vein that I've been going in before with the nostalgia. I put The Crow. Might be a wild
Wow.
card because I think it might be rated R, which will really play down the fucking money that it'll make. So
yeah,
I
maybe.
have a feeling
Possibly a
that one is
bad
gonna
move, but
flop,
you think so?
that-
I
don't
thought
know,
just
man.
like the fucking cult following of the first one,
Yeah.
like
That's the
I feel like
problem, I
could
think.
catch on. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people mad about the way Bill Skarsgård looks in it, and I'm just like, who gives a
Oh,
shit?
shit.
First off, but
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So
a lot
maybe
of
it'll do
emos are
bad.
angry about it. So
Even the
Okay.
diehards aren't gonna
Yeah.
show.
Interesting.
Oh,
they're like,
Okay.
why are they Why are they remaking this? I'm like, you realize they remade everything. A movie
Yeah.
came out last year called Speak No Evil, and they're remaking it this year with James McAvoy. Like, come
Holy
on,
shit.
everybody is remaking everything.
To be
So
honest,
this is
I haven't
they're
even
acting like
actually
it's the first
seen
remake ever.
The Crow.
Yes.
So, like,
Me either.
maybe
Either.
Me neither.
it's like, that's why I just put it on there because of shit that I've heard. Like, so
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like, I might go see it, but like, I don't.
Honestly, I thought the cult following would be happy. They'd be like, "Oh, cool, a remake," you know. But honestly, all the stuff I've seen, they've just been angry about it for some reason. They're just
That
mad that
cult
it's a
following
remake.
is edgy as fuck, dude. You were never gonna
Obviously,
Right.
You'd
Yeah.
never.
yeah.
Please.
Yeah, you're right. And then they're all gonna go
They all
see it.
Yeah,
So
they
just
all
shit
pulled
on
up
it.
their long black socks, tied their high heel boots, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Fuck this shit.
my crow.
We're watching
black
Inside Out
eyeliner.
too, motherfuckers."
That's Dwight Schrute's favorite movie, so if that gives you any like indication of the type of fan. But
Shit.
are we on to tippy tops?
My two. This is what. All right. I'm a little self conscious. This wasn't on anyone's list, but I put Borderlands, the Borderlands movie.
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna flop.
That's a
I
big
debated
guess.
putting it on there, but
Yeah,
like
Yeah, it's either a flop or it's
personally,
kinda like,
I mean, I
like,
don't know.
yeah.
I'm not a huge. I'm like the opposite of a fan of Kevin Hart. I wouldn't say I hate him,
yeah.
but like I don't like him at all, and I kind
I
of
like him
want
as
that
a
movie to fail.
person, but as a comedian, or
Yeah, he's doing his shtick for sure.
For-
That's I
For
mean
me,
that
I was
could
like,
reach top
cult
10 though.
following,
It's
cult following.
Like I was
it's
thinking
got
about
Jack
possibly
Black.
putting it on my
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
And Fallout's
like
like
that.
blowing up right now. Like people are
Yeah.
kind of coming around to the video game shit now. It's like
That was my thinking
just-
too. I was like, it could be one of those ones.
I feel like it's the same
I like
vein
it.
as The Crow. I think the fan base of Borderlands is a bit too edgy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They won't show
Saying
up.
that
Pretty
I'm a
toxic.
fan of Borderlands. I played it a lot growing up, so like
But the new one is badass.
I personally don't think the movie looks good at all. Like
I
at
haven't seen a
all.
trailer yet, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
but
it looks bad, but
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
Might
like
have fucked up.
a kind of a wide cast, as much as you could with like 5 characters or whatever.
Got-
it's
Yeah,
so the
big
casting
name.
is so strange and bizarre. Like
Yeah.
the variety of like range, like Kate Blanchett being in this.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Jack
That
Black,
queen
right,
needs to
right?
do better.
I was like, what?
So
That's, I
Jack
heard the movie
Black
was
kinda-
in like kind of development hell for a few years too. So it's
yeah,
like,
that's
what
another
will
thing.
we
That's
get at the end of it.
yeah.
All right,
It's
game time
worrisome.
decision. I'm throwing the crow. No, I'm kidding.
Give me the crow.
Fuck it.
Okay, so number one.
Yeah,
then?
just throw the Crow in. Just throw it in.
You never know. You never.
Let me
know.
guess, Matt, is your number one Deadpool and Wolverine?
I had to give it number one. I
It's-
think
it's
my
gonna
number one
leak
as
the
well.
most.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it'll do good, but also like the rated R thing, like might work
don't-
against it, you know.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
But I
That's
didn't
what I
really
think a lot
look
about
up.
fans in
first
general
I didn't
coming
really
out.
look up like how much the other ones actually made. So
Pretty good amount. Pretty
See,
good. I
at
think
this
both of them
rate-
did pretty well.
The way Marvel's been fucking themselves with their movies, you have
Right.
like they've, you know,
Adam Webb.
got rid of half of their fan base now, but then Deadpool comes in and talks about pegging and how it's going to be new for Disney. I think that's going to bring that other half to rally with
Another
the
yeah.
s- yeah. So I think it's just going to blow up. I think it's going to be, and plus bringing Wolverine back with Ryan Reynolds, the
Yeah.
bromance,
Easy.
like
That's what people have been
IRL.
asking for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think one thing that could ruin it is like bad word of mouth before it comes out, maybe.
yeah.
Like if it, because I'm worried about the movie honestly, if it's gonna be good or not, or like
That's
to the
why I put
level
it
of the first
lower.
two. Yeah,
Because I was like, the first two are good. You got a little bit people who are like sour about the second one, but I didn't think I thought it was fine.
that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty
So,
good.
I was
But I'm
worried,
kinda-
but
We'll see.
I had that worry.
It is an MCU movie now, and they're like using Loki storylines kind of in it.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
didn't
just
know that.
like, because he's like
I don't
under the
know.
TVA or whatever. It's like,
do I
geez.
trust Ryan Reynolds? I don't fucking know. The fact that he got Hugh Jackman to come back, I feel like is probably a good sign.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
And like, I don't know. I guess like I was talking about this probably a couple months ago about how I was rewatching the fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, and like I don't know, I had fucking Captain Marvel on in the background like the week before that or some shit. That movie was so fucking bad. Dialogue terrible. And literally the movie was just like whatever. It literally didn't matter because it was just about where they got to at the end because they're just expanding their universe and shit. So like,
For sure.
literally doesn't fucking matter. But then you get to fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and it's just like half the movie is just Tobey by himself.
Character.
It's
It's his
actually
character.
acting.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy fuck. Like, if they do that, then like, yeah, it'll be a good movie. But like, not if you're just like, if you make the
Building
movie
out.
just to expand your shit, like for a larger story, like then it's
Yeah.
not gonna work.
Dude, that's what I remember talking about that before on here, where it's like, yeah,
People will
if they go
still probably
back
go
to.
see it though. I guess
Oh,
like I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying if it'll be good.
I have hope. I hope it'll be good. But no, I
No,
remember
I
saying
didn't mean to
if they. No, you're good. I just remember saying like if they took that approach where it's like, all right, look, these are comic issues, guys. If we like take our time, really do like this hero, his story in this like area and this side of the comics, like it would be good.
Then we can line it up
spend
later.
time with them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What
For
they
sure.
used to do.
I don't
Yeah.
need it now.
Yeah, how they
Yeah,
started. it.
right.
Oh,
Look at Iron Man, for fuck's sake.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point.
Well,
Jeff Bridges in there.
Cooking, baby.
yeah, with a box of scraps. The fucking iconic line.
Yeah.
What a classic.
Yeah, man, great movie. Is that it? Everybody get their saying?
That's it.
It's
Yeah.
that fucking line. Box of
Alex,
scraps.
ours kind of
Yeah,
lined
mine
up
was
a little bit
Twister.
there. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot. We're on the same wavelength, I think, this summer box office. I mean,
Yeah.
it felt like going through the list, there was obvious ones on there, but it just seems like a weird summer. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's gonna
I
be some
kind of
hits,
agree.
but it's
Yeah.
pretty much all over the place. A lot of animated shit.
One that I was
Yeah.
like, maybe this is gonna like capture the old generation or some shit, but Kevin Costner's Horizon.
Yeah, I was wondering if
Yeah.
I should put that on there too.
I almost
Like I was
thought
wondering if
about
I should put it low, like a 10 or
Yeah.
something, you know?
That could flop so hard though, and I
I
think,
think the
it might.
first one will pop off and then it might be bad. So then it's gonna just trickle down like lower and lower
The second.
as the second and third one come out, you know.
Oh, there's 3. Fuck, I thought there was only
I'm
2.
pretty sure there's 3. I could be wrong.
Jesus, man, what an ego.
After
The
Yellowstone.
Bike Riders too. I'm just kind of want to see that movie, I guess. But
I'm so hyped for that movie.
yeah,
I just don't think it's gonna. I think it's not gonna do well. But
probably not.
I think it might have been a mistake to not put the Fall Guy on my list.
Think so.
Or the Garfield movie.
Are you
The
having
fact that the
regrets?
Garfield movie has Chris Pratt, which I didn't know. If I knew that, I think I would have put it on my list because, like, just based on him, and
Yeah.
also Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling, being
Or even the
popular.
Hunter at the end of the summer. Nobody thinks that one's gonna.
Are you
After
fucking
Morbius and
serious?
Madam Web, I think it's gonna fall under the. That'll be the
Yeah.
perfect trinity right there.
It's in that
Yeah, it's
echelon,
like
yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, but
That's a weird movie to make, man.
strange. Yeah.
My girlfriend said something about like relating the word like morb to like depression, like I don't, like 2 days ago. So now I've just been saying it's Morbin time when I'm feeling depressed.
Yeah. that actually makes you feel a little better, like picks you up a little bit. And I don't think this movie's gonna make like any money, but I did notice that Yorgos Lanthimos has another one coming out this summer called Kindness
Yes.
of Kindness.
Hmm.
Not a great
I'm
name.
excited for that.
Yeah, me too. I'll go see it. I don't think many people will, but
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The niche
that's
crowd.
He's got his bag where people like jump in and they're ready for the ride that Yorgos is willing to put out there.
Yeah, I
Poor
don't know.
Things
I
didn't
think I'm
do
good.
that bad. I think it made some
No.
money. So
That's
Yeah,
probably
it's
his
just
most
like
successful
couldn't get
commercially
on
besides
board.
the favorite, probably.
I don't know.
what's that?
I guess I just couldn't get on board for Poor Things. I don't know.
I liked it. The costume and
fine.
the set design was the highlight, but
Definitely. And that second act just kind of dragged ass. I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
kind of
there's a lot.
unnecessary.
it was a weird
I
fucking
saw that it
movie in
was-
general.
And then
won
they
an
introduced the
Oscar.
husband like with the last like 10 minutes of the movie, and you're just like, is this the end of the movie? Like, I
Yeah.
thought we were done.
Yeah.
And then there's just more fucked up shit, which is fine.
Classic Yorgos.
Yeah.
The weirdest part was when the dad brought his 2 boys in to show them how to have sex. I thought that was just
Yeah.
like,
What?
that was a choice.
Some good old father-son bonding.
Birds and the bees. Let me
That reminded me
give
of
you,
Monty Python, The Meaning of Life.
Yeah.
And that's like a skit that they do. There's like a teacher that just like brings his wife in. He's teaching like a classroom of boys that are like taking notes and shit.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is gonna be a fun one. So, what are we thinking? Like 2 points for the position, 1 point for the top 10, or is there a better way to score it then? Or...
Shit, I don't
I think
know.
you should
Did
get a
we do
bonus point
3?
for getting it dead on
Yeah.
too.
So
Okay. So 2
Two-
points.
two
So
points for
For
the
the
position.
correct spot.
Yeah,
And 1 just for
nail it.
getting it on the list.
And if you get number
I couldn't
one,
remember if that's how we did it last year,
Three
or
points.
because I think it was at least 1 point if it was on the list. But for some reason, I feel like it was 3 points if you got it
Might have been.
actually. But
You
that
think
might
that's
like
better?
fuck up. That might be too much. Like that might put you at too much of an advantage if
Scale,
people aren't getting it
yeah.
right. You know.
yeah.
What if is there a way that we could do like if you get like multiple in a row or something? You know, like
You can streak.
it starts to, yeah, it
Yeah.
starts to like stack. That'd be, I mean, because you kind of got
That's
like
kind
two
of
going on
neat.
then.
Like
I would like that.
You
Get
get your
like
2 times
5, 6,
multiplier, 3
7.
times multiplier.
Right?
I mean, I'm down. Fuck it.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Be done.
But I'm excited just to watch some movies this summer too. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do some good ones.
Shit, maybe I'll do that thing at the Alamo. It's like $30 a month, and you can go see a movie a day.
Fuck yeah.
That's
It's
nice.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 movies will pay for that shit.
exactly. You know.
Especially Chicago too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Alamo is actually pretty cheap, and I think it's just because like they have food, so like they make money other ways. You know.
Yeah. Food and beer and hard liquor.
Yeah.
I've almost
do it,
gotten
yeah.
a drink at AMC. I still haven't pulled the trigger on.
I almost did it last time. Yeah. I was so close.
I want
Yeah, I
to.
don't
I
know.
got
Are you allowed to bring it
crispy
in? To the-
$10 beer from AMC. Not fucking worth.
That was my
You say
my
crispy?
reasoning. I was like, you know what?
I
it's
said
fine,
a crispy
pricey as
$10 bill for a Coors Light.
I
Not
thought you said a
fucking worth.
crispy beer.
No. Oh, I went up there and I was like, "Can I get a Michelob?" And they're like, "Yeah, we just ran out." I'm like, "You fucking joking me?" Fine, I'll
orders
take
from
a
this
Coors.
place?
And then
Yeah.
he was like, "All right, that's $10." I'm like, Jesus Christ, what? Did I hear that right? It's $4 at the restaurants, people. For a
I feel
tall
like
boy.
I want to get like a mixed drink of some sort, but that means it's probably like fucking 15 to 20 or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
outrageous.
Yeah. I don't
Might
know.
be
For me
worth it, though.
personally, too, I feel like I just like it's not really that enjoyable for me to like even get a little buzz when I'm watching a movie. I don't
No?
know.
The
I feel like
last
if I'm smoking, that like
That's
helps.
the way to do
But
it.
like I don't
Yeah.
know. For me, if I'm drinking, I feel like it just like makes me uncomfortable because I feel like I want to move around, not like sit and watch. A
I
movie.
definitely, yeah. When I
Gotcha.
drink, dude, I definitely need to move around. The last time I drank in a movie theater, it was Rise of Skywalker, and I fell asleep. I got a little too.
Just
Had a
fucking
couple drinks,
buzzing.
and I was like,
That's fair. Yeah.
"This movie sucks. I'm taking a nap."
Yeah, at the end,
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
just fire, and you're just, I need to close my eyes.
Yeah.
Dude, on the Star Wars note, like I saw a quote like a couple weeks ago from Kathleen Kennedy, like the fucking VP or person in charge of fucking Star Wars, or maybe Lucasfilm. I don't really know, but at least Star Wars I know. And she said to like in an interview that there's no source material that we can make stuff off of, and I'm just
She
like,
can't read, bro.
are you fucking stupid? Like, do you even know anything about Star Wars? Like,
Wasn't there
Right.
like only like books between the
Dude, there's a
last of the
shit
old
ton of
movies
books.
and the first episode or whatever?
Oh
Episode
yeah,
one?
dude.
The bulk of
There
them, I
were
think,
there were
yeah.
like there are at least like 30 books in between
Yeah.
episode 6 and episode 1, and at that point they couldn't even say like that people were like Sith because they just called them dark Jedi because the word Sith had never been like mentioned in episodes 1 through 6 or in 3 through
See,
4 through
even
6.
I knew that,
Yeah,
Four-
okay.
four through
and
six, yeah.
I haven't even watched all of the old Star Wars. I haven't watched all of the new Star Wars. And I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but I knew that. And Kathleen Kennedy
Exactly.
was the president.
Yeah,
Like,
like what? You're destroying like a franchise that I love. Like what the fuck, dude? Like
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. It's just so disappointing.
Hefe. Hefe.
Wrecking
Yeah,
it.
maybe one day we'll get another good Star Wars movie. Maybe.
Yeah,
A galaxy far, far away.
Yep.
Maybe.
yeah.
Long ago. So maybe we won't actually, because
Yeah.
the ones were in the 70s.
The time has passed. We're in a new age of reboot bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, well, I can let you
Yeah.
guys get to it if you want.
yeah. Moving on to
How has it
some
been
movie
going?
chests and director's dive.
You get
I mean,
through.
we're
What
only
would you get through? 1, 2?
second.
Yeah,
second
it's our
for
second.
Malick.
Have they been bangers or just fine?
I wouldn't classify them as bangers, but
Yeah.
they're fine.
This one changed my opinion on the last one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get into
Yeah.
it. Do we want to
I
start?
would say personally,
All right, I'll hop
he's
out.
coming out. He's coming out the gates pretty strong for me, at least. So
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel
Interesting.
similarly now about the first one a little bit more. It's better, but
Cool.
in comparison to this
Interesting.
one. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good talking,
All right.
Joe.
Yeah, I'll let
Yeah.
you guys get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good going over the list and shit.
sure.
best of
I
luck to you.
guess once we start, well, I guess it won't be summer or like these movies won't be out for a while. So yeah, maybe next time I'll be on is probably just after the director's dive, unless you want me on for something specific.
If you want to hop
Yeah.
in for a movie chest or something, feel free.
Or
And
like
Okay,
Pod
yeah.
B or I guess
If
it
there's
depends on
anything
how
good.
quick we go.
I actually was thinking, because when I went to go see Civil War, and actually Monkey Man, like the Alamo has been doing, like if you get there early, the director will like have an interview with like Alamo people, for some shit, and they'll like talk about what movies like influence them or movies that they love, and Alex Garland, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude, he was talking about like movies that he fucking loves, and I don't know, there was one called Phantasm on there that like I kind of just wanted to watch. I think it's from like the 70s or something. I don't even know if it's really that good, but I just like feel like he said it was like kind of like hypnotic and fucking just weird, and I feel like that probably like influenced like Annihilation at least, or just like some of his style. So I kind of just wanted to check it out. But that also got me thinking that like not necessarily that I want to do away with our movie chest format or anything like that. But if you guys wanted to maybe like either just rotate where like Matt picks a shit ton out and then like we just rotate between like who gets a pick, like who picks for that week.
That's what
Okay.
we used
Or
to do.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
No.
open to that. It gives
Maybe just
it a
like
more
changing
of
it
a
up or something, you
personal
know?
approach. Yeah.
Or like how would you feel about if like somebody wanted to watch a particular movie or something and just do that instead of the movie chest if we all agree on it?
Open to that too.
Not
Yeah.
saying I have anything in particular. It's just like I don't know. It would just got me thinking about like watching new shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We could also just do like I mean, it's on I think like Letterboxd. They're all on like a movie chest list or whatever. But we don't have to do a drawing. And if you see one that you really really want to watch, we'll just do it. So maybe we could do something like that too.
Good point. Yeah.
I think that, I mean, I like that idea. If we go back to someone picks the movie for the week, that kind of fills that. I mean, it's not unanimous,
Mhm.
obviously, but it's like, yeah, personal touch. Then you can either thank or berate that person for
Yeah.
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 We'll talk it over. Maybe we'll talk it over for the next one then.
All right, cool. That sounds good.
right
All right.
on.
I'll leave you guys to it.
You take
Sounds
it easy,
good.
dude.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys want to start with the movie chest then? Get that one out of the way real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. I mean, another big name, Midnight Run. I feel like most moviegoers would know. Oh yeah, Midnight Run. But
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it myself, so
Same.
it was time. 1988, directed by Martin Brest, written by George Gallo, and starring Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin as the dynamic duo. Yeah, feel like Robert De Niro carried this one pretty hard.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I didn't think it was the best movie. I'll probably maybe toss it on to rewatch in like 10 to 15 years, maybe, but who knows?
Yeah. It was about 20 to 30 minutes too long, and there was about
Feel that.
2 or 3 too many storylines going on at once. I get
I mean,
that
there's
they were
only
like
like 2
kind
or
of
3,
being
right?
self-aware of like the amount of just like overlap that was constantly happening. But like when we get to the point where we're in the airport and the other bounty hunter sees them escorting the Duke in or whatever, I'm just kind of like, no, please. This movie can't have another 30-minute sequence where they're just chasing
Yeah.
over and over and punching each other in the head. Like, how many concussed people can we have here? All right.
Concussions weren't
But-
real in the 80s, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
I
just fun
know.
stunt
in the
work.
90s.
That was
At some
yeah.
point, I wanted to give it like, of course, I'm giving it like leeway because it is an '80s movie. It's
Mm.
supposed to be kind of fun, but like, at what point do we stop and just say, okay, people aren't really this stupid? Like, even in a silly movie like this, it's like, how much
Yeah.
leeway can we give? I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt that way a little bit, even with Robert De Niro and the other dudes. Their dynamic, even I was like, how much witty banter and like weird, contentious, vibe can you have before? I mean, I guess they become friends at the end a little bit, but
Sure, I guess
yeah,
that was weird, but
it was weird.
mean,
yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah,
it
the
just
ending was weird as fuck.
it
I
felt
agree.
weird. Yeah.
you knew we were gonna get there, but they didn't successfully land the plane. I mean, it was just it didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
strange.
I mean, there was like some planes, trains, and automobiles energy in this, and like
For real.
I assume like it's like they got these two budding personalities, budding heads. And like, yeah, I guess you're right. It's just like how long can this be like mined? Like
Yeah.
before it's just like we've hit everything. Start an action sequence. I guess that was
Yeah.
the mentality.
The
right?
FBI
Yeah.
in here. Yeah.
We have to get to the next chase sequence. How do we do that? Well, take one of the main people who are chasing this guy and just clash them against the guys. And that's how we'll do it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't need to make sense how they get there or when they show up, but just make sure they do it,
Mhm.
Get some
Like,
local law
The,
enforcement.
the
in there.
FBI just disappears for like 30-minute stretch and then just shows back up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I lost track of some of the other parties involved, so I just kind of was only focused on De Niro and Grodin after a certain point.
Yeah,
but-
same.
You kind of have to be.
same. I mean, I
Yeah.
was just like, for the FBI to be so bad at their job, like to follow
e-
like thug. Or,
Even the hit, like
I
they're not
don't know.
hitman, the bounty hunters. There's a line in the movie where it's like, "You're the worst bounty hunters I've ever seen," and they're like
Yeah.
getting shot from a helicopter or some shit, and it's like,
Yeah.
I guess that's what sold the movie, but then you got to like make the movie, and it's just like, oh yeah, and these guys kind of suck, and they're not that interesting. I don't know.
The worst bounty hunters they ever seen, but to get ready for the role, Robert De Niro hung around real bounty hunters just to get into the headspace of being a bounty hunter. So like,
Huh.
were
Is that
was
for
he hanging
real?
out with bad bounty? Yeah, that's real.
Interesting. I mean, he's
So,
doing
Right.
work, man. I will say, like,
He
is,
he's bringing his stuff. He's got like his gruff edges on there, and then Charles Grodin like is playing. He's got like a well-written character, I guess, but like he just was not popping. Like he's
It
a
was so
counterpart to
flat.
the character. Yeah, he just wasn't
Yeah.
doing anything.
He's
Yeah.
kind of annoying. I was like, he's giving him shit for what he's eating, giving him shit for smoking. I get it. I get that's like his character, but I was just like, geez, dude. I
like
understand
in
why
a-
Robert's angry.
Yeah, right? In a modern movie, that actor would be doing more or like trying
Mhm.
more to like let
Even just
that
like escape,
characterization come out.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be smart. Yeah, smart enough to like try and get away in smarter
Yeah,
ways.
There was many
kinda
opportunities
does.
he could have gotten away. So
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
he didn't have to get in the truck with the guy after he stole it. He didn't have to, I don't know, get on the trains and stuff.
Train, the
and,
plane, the automobile.
Yeah.
When was planes, trains, and automobiles? It was before this, I think. I wonder how this one
Like
got
89?
sold. I thought it was like 85,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's around there
89.
for sure.
I will say though, De Niro, like you mentioned, he's definitely like doing stuff, which is actually entertaining, and it was kind of refreshing not seeing him as just a straight up gangster, breaking knees and shit. So that was kind of nice.
I got
Still got
a lot
that
of
vibe.
Jackie Brown energy in the movie. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Mostly, I
Yeah.
guess, from De Niro, but just from like the situations, I guess too.
I
And there
can
was
see
an
that for sure.
instant, like right away, Kill Bill connection, right? I mean, like the movie opens with like De Niro coming to the door, and he like drops something and like leans down to pick it up,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
like
yeah.
a blast through the door. I'm like, this is why I like watching old movies at least, because you get to like just find the threads,
I was actually thinking about that today, or what? No, it was yesterday while I was mowing. I'm like, it's kind of nice to like go through these old directors and like these older movies, and you could just see like the imprint they made on movies today, and it's just cool.
Style, like even some story
Yeah.
beats and stuff. It's different stuff, but yeah, it's cool.
It's very cool.
History of cinema.
I will say, when I watched this movie, I made the note that I was like, there's some old school stuff that I want back in our modern movies. And mostly it boils down to like action, not even like an action sequence, but like literal just like action in the camera that isn't scripted as much. And the examples I gave were he tosses his sunglasses out the door and Robert De Niro is like bobbling the sunglasses and then he like drops them in the street. And like it just like creates this reality and like you're in an actual like physical place that is real. But nowadays like modern movies are so like pre-produced and like catered that you'll never be able to like let those things go because it's like, oh fuck, let's do it how we planned, you know, or something like that. And it's like, no, give me genuine. Like there's a moment too where Joe Pantoliano is just coming into his little office or whatever, and he catches his sleeve on the door, and he's like looking at, and he's like makes it a part of the scene, and it's like that's what acting is. Like I don't know, I just want more of that stuff.
Watching these last two Malick movies and this movie, I had a similar thought where I'm like, what happened to that time where we could just have car chases that go on for an absurd amount of time, but like they work because they're actually engaging car chases that like have like long takes and like have stakes and it feels like there's real cars.
Yeah, they're like rolling off a cliff, and you're like, they rolled cars off a fucking
dude.
cliff. Like
there's like that one shot.
One franchise that's doing that, and it's obviously Mission Impossible because they actually do it. You know, they're actually driving cars. Like no green screen. Bring it back, you know?
It sells.
Make movies like you used to, goddammit.
No, there was like that one shot. I mean, just not to harp on it, but it was like that shot where it was like all those cop cars like in the ravine, and it's like this helicopter shot. I was like, this just looks cinematic. This looks great. Like,
it's like we know what's going on right now.
It's crazy.
It's like you don't even know what the fuck's going on half the time. Yeah. And there's also like a good amount of cursing in this movie, and not like it's too much. It's like just like the right amount of curse. It's like you get enough fucks in there, son of a bitches in there. Just like I don't know. It's just like a well balanced movie in that way. But whoever wrote this script had a better script than the movie I think came out because
it's the actor who played the counterpart to Robert De Niro, I believe, is who I was reading. But he's like, this is the best script he's ever read. And I mean, I can get it because it was like some of the dialogue was pretty intentional, and like the fact that it is rated R, and it's more so due to the language and stuff rather than it's being an 80s action movie, which it is to some degree, but it's not like, you know, it's not like First Blood or like Predator where it's blood and gore. It's more so what these characters are saying to each other along the way as well.
It just felt kind of real. Didn't feel too edgy in ways that what didn't need to be, you know?
Yeah.
Felt like real people. That's crazy to say.
Right.
Real people.
Characters
the 80s
don't
are just
have
built
to just
different.
be one thing. Like,
Maybe. No, I forget who it was. Someone was telling me certain director. Basically, they get like their take that they want, and then be like, "All right, give me another take the way I want it, and then we'll do another take for you. Like you do it how you want to do it, like the actors in the scene." And I'm like, I love that idea because it's like you're getting variety. Yeah, you get freedom, and like whatever happens in those scenes, you're not like hands-on directing is like could be magic, man. Could be like
that could be the moment that
and
you
I feel like,
want.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a lot of what these 80s movies do. You know, it's just like shoot it,
kept the camera
we'll see how
on.
it goes. Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. Where'd you guys end up in your rating for this one, though?
I'm at 3. That's a generous 3, I think.
3.5, and now that I've talked about it a little more, I think I might just bump it down to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it at 3.5. Yeah, it's mid. It's good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's just like so.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Would you recommend it to people? Would you be like, yo, check out Midnight Run?
No.
Probably not in that way.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's like, I like road movies. Like, have you seen Midnight Run? That's maybe how I'd bring it up.
You like De Niro?
Like, if you like Robert De Niro, you know, like I'd recommend it to my mom because she likes Robert De Niro. So like, boom. She doesn't like car chases and extended stuff like that too much, but she likes Robert De Niro, so I know she'd probably enjoy it. But other than that, I don't think I could just be like, hey, have you seen Midnight Run? Fucking check it out. It's a classic.
Right?
Yeah. It's 2 hours of nonsense. But
yeah, it's a bit long in the twos. but not the worst movie chest, I guess.
No,
Could've
for
been
sure.
worse.
Definitely.
No,
Could've been worse.
definitely not the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
I liked the reveal of like the plane stuff where it's like, I can't fly, I'm scared. And later he's like a pilot flying. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
got like good bones there. but-
So he was bluffing.
Right.
Opportunity. He's wise. Wise guy. You know.
Right.
There.
Well, let's get into Malick then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We are starting to pick up some steam here. Movie number 2, a few years after Badlands, 1978. Written and directed by
Huge
Malick.
hiatus after this movie until
Yeah.
his next one.
Yeah, this one did
But-
something to him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what'd you think about this one?
I think this one and the last one we watched, Badlands. I think they're pretty good. Like partner movies, I would say. I mean, I feel like they kind of go hand in hand with the idea of innocence and the corruption of that through, I don't know, adulthood, kind of like you have this whole movie in my how I interpret it was we're being shown this through the eyes of this young girl. So that's why it felt like all the adult characters were kind of like at arm's length and they didn't really have much depth because it was all seen through her eyes and it had this like innocence about it and how that innocence is just slowly getting corrupted as Richard Gere's character comes and goes, or she sees things that aren't right or good necessarily for the world, and then obviously it turns to like complete scorched earth, and then restart. New dawning of a new time for this narrator. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was long-winded for me saying I think these movies go good together in the whole theme of just innocence and how it is corrupt because people are horrible or
Unsustainable.
can be
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Got half angel, half devil in you. That's what they say.
Yep.
Mm.
This one.
Yep. So,
Yeah. What do you think, Noah?
I don't have much to say about this one. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't giving it the focus that it should have, deserved. Just
Mhm.
kind of bored. I got kind of
Dude, I
bored
thought
at
it
like
was
the
so
hour mark,
boring.
man. Even yeah, maybe the
Damn.
45-minute hour mark. I was just like, yeah, because like I mean,
What are
yeah,
we doing
like
here?
the adult characters, everyone's like, there's such little interaction, and the interaction that does happen is like so minute that I'm just like, all right,
That's a good way to put it.
come
Yeah.
on, like move it along here, make something happen. I guess stuff happens at the end, but yeah, I don't know. It felt longer than the hour and a half that it was for me. So I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, that's why I said I went back and gave Badlands like a half-star bump up because I was like, you know what, this was a little bit better executed. I was engaged throughout that one the whole time.
Yeah.
I
It made me
liked the
appreciate
message.
Badlands too a little bit
Yeah,
more. I was
so,
like, that's
yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Maybe I
this
should.
one.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. And
Hey,
it's comparing, Malick stuff against each other now. So
Right. I mean, you can see it. I think that like the double feature that you brought up, Alex, is like I see that for sure. It's like two similar type stories and structures and characters, even with like a kind of dumb dude who's like roping her along this woman, and clearly
Yeah.
she's like not into him as much as he
Mm.
thinks she is or whatever.
yeah.
I guess like my question on movie 2 with Malick now is like, is this what Malick is? Like, is this who he, like, is this what he's doing?
I have
Or,
a
like,
feeling it's
Evolve.
not just because of the long hiatus. I think he's gonna have his come to Jesus moment and start ripping out these 3-hour long epics.
yeah, I mean, the next one's a big war
Fuck.
movie, so that's going to be definitely a
Yeah.
diversion from these two.
I'm excited for that one.
Mm.
Is that does he have more that are 3 hours long? I'm just
I think
Yes.
most
All
of
right.
them are now.
all
Yeah.
right.
2 something, yeah.
But
Becomes a
I
different
will
guy.
say, like, some of the most beautiful shots from like a 70s movie. Like, I mean,
Very beautiful to look at, for sure.
Yeah.
the locust when the locusts jump up and in that slow-mo, I'm just kind of like I rewound it just to watch it again because I was just kind of like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know how they did that? Did you by
No, I
chance
didn't
look
look
it up?
into it. No.
I guess that it's shot in reverse, but the helicopters dropped peanut shells from the sky, and they just shot it in reverse in slow mo back up.
The
So,
peanuts are rising?
the peanut shells they dropped them, and then it's a slow reverse shot up,
That's cool.
which
That's cool.
yeah,
I
I
like
thought he just
it
like
looks
captured
fucking awesome.
like a locust movement. I was like, holy fuck, son.
Yeah.
That was epic.
That was my
was
one.
in awe
That
at
was
that
probably my
moment.
favorite moment. That once the chaos starts in that moment, and like the grasshoppers or locusts are like also like displaying the chaos that's happening.
Yeah,
It built up to that pretty well in those moments. Just took pretty long to get there, and then afterward, I was like, "What the fuck does this mean?" You know. But
yeah.
like,
I like.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, I think with like the locust and the fact that he spends so much time like on animals and nature, and I just feel like it just goes into this corruption that man has. I don't know. I could be just trying to read too hard into it, but it's just so interesting how long he like concentrates. Like when the locusts first come, like how many shots we saw of the locusts just devouring wheat fields, and then
Right.
the destruction that they cause, but then the men destroying the locusts and the aftermath of like the animals running out because they have nowhere to hide anymore. You know, the pheasants, the deer, I don't know. It was just
That's true. I
interesting.
mean, that feels good. Sounds good to me. I felt like the movie like was very disconnected in what it was doing and saying though too. So like when when that moment hits, it's like that's very meaningful. But
Yeah.
how did it connect to the first things I saw? And I guess I didn't really get that this watch where I was like, it was like a full picture. Because to me, it's like really choppy, and like the things he decides to like show you are like good, but then there's like other stuff where I'm like, what? Why didn't I see this? Or like even the opening, it's like so clunky. Like
It's you get whiplash for sure. I would
I
agree with
enjoyed
that.
the little like rotation of the dudes throwing shit into the flames or whatever, and then like the boss like looks at him or whatever, and like literally the editing wasn't like right. So like he like I was like, what? And then he's like on the run.
Yeah.
And it's like, you didn't give me any backstory for this, which some movies I enjoy where it's like you get that taste and now we're off. But I just need more, I guess. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
why am I behind
Yeah.
this guy?
Yeah.
No, I
definitely.
feel that. I was thinking most of the time through the storyline that I was focusing on. I was like, hold on, let me look the character's name. Not Bill. The
I
farmer.
never remember.
Sam Shepard, the guy that Abby's with before Bill. The whole time I'm thinking like, because he's talking about his like, we're gonna go to New York, we're gonna make it. So this guy's whole goal is to like, set himself and his wife up, or his girlfriend, whatever they are. And then so the whole time I'm kind of like, how are they gonna do this? Are they is it both of their plan to like play this dude and like somehow take his wealth, take over?
He kind of lays out his plan to the guy when he's talking to him on the porch. He's how he said he woke up and he realized he's not the smartest guy, but he has these aspirations to like have this score. So like from that point on, it's just downhill from there because he kind of just revealed his motives of like he's not the brightest, and his whole goal is to just get this big score, and this is obviously the score.
Yeah.
That, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
What was the score
like
though?
That's
the score. Well, she was gonna marry him and then take the farm, like all the inheritance of the farm.
Okay, yeah,
the
that
farmland.
was
missed that. I think
no. I mean, I kind of got that. I just, I don't know. It just
he wanted her to marry him because when he came out and the doctor was like, "You got a year to live," and he heard that and he was just like, this is our chance. And that's kind of like the conversation he has with her of like, this is our, if you want to stick around, I'll do it. So
shit, I think I just like blew over that, or it's just like I didn't like register it correctly.
You kind of have to, at least the way I pieced it together was like that conversation he had about saying he's not the smartest man, but he's like trying to get this score, and how he was okay with the fact that she married him and that he had a year to die. And just kind of like those pieces, you just kind of clip them together, and just that's how I kind of came to the conclusion of like, oh, okay, this is his score. The score is getting this wheat field, because you also have the little clip of him talking to his accountant or whatever the fuck out in the middle of the field where he's like, this is a 6-figure year, you're going to be the richest man. And then shortly after that you hear about the score, and or he gets married and then this horror
shortly
happens.
after that, though. That's my like
How
it.
short?
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
a 90-minute
Just
movie. It's pretty tight.
It's
it's
gotta
fair.
be then, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. It just like it felt dumb to me because I think that comes across like pretty clear that it's like okay, they're trying to take advantage of this dude in some way,
Mhm.
and he's not the smartest guy. If he's revealing his, I don't know. Maybe I might just have problems with the premise. Why would you reveal your plan to this dude? Why would you like?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, the dude's dumb. And like, a lot of
Yeah,
times you can fall
yeah.
back on like that, where it's like, oh, the character's not the smartest guy in the room,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
that's
for
fine.
sure.
To me, I was like, these movies are pretty similar in that structure and in the characterizations. Like, when did like Prestige Malick like kick in for people? You know what I'm saying? Because like,
Badlands, man.
I mean,
Actually, I think Thin Red Line is when people got on board with Malick.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that's when he like
Yeah.
became a name, but I know
Yeah.
like Badlands was like this cult underground following that like garnered a lot of attention, but then he just drops off for 20 years. So it's like if this was
if you
only
look
what
at,
he
like,
was, I don't think he'd be considered a
Oh no.
filmmaker. Like
Well, I'm pretty sure this and Badlands, they didn't even break 100,000 reviews on IMDb, which is kind of crazy for Terrence Malick being. I don't know. I feel like you hear Malick and like you think, oh, Thin Red Line or Tree of Life or that the Colin Farrell movie that I can't think of the name of, but you know of Malick but looking at the ratings and like they're highly rated. I mean, they're like high
huge.
sevens, but like there's only 62,000 people who rated this movie.
That's
So
true.
it's just
That's a good point.
I guess
I don't
like
think he
is the
pops
hype
off
is the
until
hype real?
Thin Red Line.
Because like I guess I'm actually kind of surprised that you're loving these movies, Alex, because I feel like with any other filmmaker, you might be like, that was a shit movie. Like
Maybe. Yeah.
yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
there's just a good combination of like I like what he's saying with these like with
On the
like
run
the
stories kind of like
I like the on the run. Obviously, the Badlands. I just really like that concept. That's like right in my bag. But like with the idea of like how man corrupts and like, especially I don't know if it's now. I don't want to like use the excuse of like, oh, now I have kids, so I have somewhat of a heart and soul. But like the idea of like I watch my son and I see how innocent and easy his life is right now. Like he's just happy about everything. Like I look, he lives for me to like just look at him so he can smile and be like, "Hi, he's watching me do stuff."
Yeah.
So like seeing that happen, and then the idea of like how scary it is to think that the world is gonna like take this innocent child and potentially corrupt it. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why I'm kind of just vibing with this idea of like
yeah.
the idea of the corruption of the innocence. It's a scary
Good.
thought, but
That's good. I mean, the
sure.
words that you've spoken to me on this movie have opened it up in a way that I never really thought about. So like, I appreciate the perspective for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll rewatch this movie. It's not like I hate it, and I'll look for more of the meaning in it. I'll try to search it out myself
yeah.
because maybe I'm just not like trying to do that as much. So
I mean, I could be wrong, but I was at least when I was watching it, since the narrator was the little girl, I was just kind of viewing it through that, and that's why we got most of like just her perspective on things, kind of simple, kind of like not too in depth, not too crazy. It was
Yeah.
just cut and dry, and
Yeah.
then you get
Connected.
the imagery of like just destruction and chaos.
what do you think the ending means with her? Because the narration to me on first watch, I was like, I don't need this shit because I'm about that for most narrations, honestly.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
his are kind of a little harsher for me to accept, especially this one. But because it's like the main characters are clearly the main characters, and then the little girl's like, nah. I mean, it kind of works, I guess. But like at the end, it's like she just like life moves on and keeps going. That's it. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a new chapter. I mean, the woman leaves her obviously, and that just kind of solidifies like man, woman, people are just shit. It doesn't matter who you are. It's all about being you're selfish when it comes down to it. Is there really a truly selfless person? And this idea of like how the woman mentioned to the farmer when she was dancing, and he was like, "Where'd you learn this?" And she learned it from watching, the girls or whatever. And she just so happens to drop this girl off at a dancing school. It's like her repeating the cycle, but through this little girl. And it's just kind of like, is this girl going to end up where this woman is because that's just how the world is. You know,
Yeah, that's
there's
who
just
her
this endless
role
cycle
models
of
kind of were for her.
right
Yeah.
corruption and slowly decaying into the domino effect. So I guess
I
that's how
like
I
that.
just looked at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Um,
a very. I mean, I guess if I'm like searching for the meaning, like you're saying, I see it, but I think it's so like subtle and understated that it's really hard to find it unless you're like
it is. I
bled.
for some reason I guess I was just honed in on the little details, so I was just kind of like trying to make meaning out of it.
Maybe
So I
It's
guess
good.
it
Malik
just
is
worked
too,
for me
though.
in that way.
It's a good
Yeah.
way to watch film in general. That's what I mean when maybe I just wasn't giving this one that attention. But yeah, I'll rewatch. I'll have to rewatch. You know, maybe it'll change over time.
With more Malik movies
But
too, you know, the perspective might shift a bit.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready to give Badlands like a 4-star, but I think Badlands is better than this. So it's like,
yeah.
and I was gonna
Yeah.
give this one like 3 stars, but I feel
I just
bad
switched
about it
this.
because I look at
Yeah.
Letterboxd and I'm like, people love this movie. I'm like, I don't get it, but maybe one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like what he's saying, and I like what I watch too. Like, there's like obviously I see movies and I'm like, this is just like mesmerizing to watch, but like there's truly just mesmerizing. Like it won Oscar for best cinematography, and
Oh, cool.
I,
I could.
I,
Yeah.
I see that for sure.
Absolutely.
But like,
Yeah.
there's very few moments where I'm like, especially in older movies, where I just want to rewind and rewatch a scene because it was just so like awesome to look at, you know. So
True.
True.
It's
I
very.
don't
I
know.
mean, it's a way. It's even a step up from Badlands, which is, that's a great
Yeah.
visual movie
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Good point.
And like so far, the highlights for Malik for me are like his obviously his scenic. He can like take simple scenic views and make
Yeah.
them amazing. And then his framing, I think, is really good. On top of that, with those like images, we'll see what else he has to say because these ones say pretty similar stuff. One's a little more fun, one's a little more like slow and contemplative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Thin Red Line has.
It seems like he doesn't have much faith in humanity.
Mm.
But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I
Should
connect with him
you?
too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised I
Um,
don't because I have similar. I mean, I'm optimistic in some ways, but I don't know.
Believe me, there was like when I was watching this movie and it was going on, and I was like noticing myself enjoying it as I'm watching it. And I did think back to like, there's been many times where I watched old movies like this and I would just be bored out of my mind. But like for
Mhm.
some reason, I was just completely engaged this whole time and wanting to know what's going to happen. You know, so
Sounds good. I
Yeah.
like that.
Good way to be. Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
need
I don't know.
like some type of like buzz phrase, like what I was saying, like with the last one, there's like Kill Bill energy. I felt like there was some Star Wars Episode 2 energy in this movie. When they're
okay.
like laying in the grass and he's like telling her about the first time he saw her or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, is this fucking like Anakin and Padme on the grass or some
Oh,
shit? Like,
shit.
I think it
Yeah.
might be, but it's always just to me that's the fun. We need like a Disney dunk corner for like movie connections, you know?
Yeah.
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 True.
Shit.
True.
But you can see some of the DNA, like you're saying, for other like more modern filmmakers.
Yeah, when the field's like burning and like the sunset, like the locust shot again. Like I'm pretty sure there was a very similar shot in Killers of the Flower Moon, like recently too.
I can see
When
that.
I think the fields or burnt the fields or something. I don't remember exactly,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
the
Like
house,
the
the
oil
silhouette of the
fields or whatever.
house,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and
That was horrible.
so I don't know. Very cool, very cool.
I did
I
really
liked it a
like.
lot. I gave it 4 stars, but
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
yeah, I like Badlands a little bit more just because it is kind of like also just in my bag of on the run couple.
A little more on the
running from the
nose and
law.
fun than
Yeah,
this one, obviously. So
Yeah.
and the ending of
I really.
Badlands is just so good. The way they like idolize this guy, this criminal, and the fact that he's just like
Yeah.
this celebrity, and
Yeah.
they completely forgot the fact that he just ruthlessly killed
murdered
people for no reason.
10+ people.
It's
Yeah.
more of the idea of like the attraction he got along the way, and they're just he's a celebrity, so it's just cool.
Yeah, this one kind of feels
Agreed.
like the other side of the coin with the main guy, at least, where it's like
Yeah,
he kind of just gets like this quick death and nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit after, and like
yep, it's over.
yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I'm still enjoying the dive. I always enjoy exploring new filmmakers
been
too.
cool.
So yeah, Thin Red Line. That's pretty hyped. I guess we'll see what this one's got.
Same. Yeah, I'm
I'm pretty.
I'm a little
pumped for
worried
it.
just because this one is so hyped up
Yeah,
for me.
there's a
Yeah.
huge
But
cast in this one too. So
I was just looking at that. I mean, like, my God, some people I didn't even know were in it.
yeah,
First off, Jim Caviezel did not know he's the lead. Like, he's the top billed person in this.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But besides playing Jesus Christ, I mean, he played in Sound of Freedom,
Sound of
but
Freedom,
other than
yeah.
that, he played in what the fucking Sylvester Stallone Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where they break out of prison.
Oh wow, he was in that one.
Yeah, he was the fucking warden, and he was
Got
trying
a
to play
weird
this like
career.
bad guy. It's so fucking weird, man. But yeah, I don't know. We'll
I'm
see.
excited to see after
Yeah.
the 20-year gap between this and that. What's he got
Yeah.
up his sleeve?
Yep, I'm excited. I'm enjoying this one.
I'm down for a war
I
movie,
like it.
man.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like this is kind of falling in the same line as the PTA dive, where it's just kind of like a slow start, but I think it's gonna pick up and like hit the gas. So
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, I
I'm
hope
down
so.
for it. Yeah.
There are a couple like down the road, like Tree of Life and Voyage of Time, that I'm like, I'm really curious about those. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
You guys want to just talk a couple things before we get off, or I know you got to get up early, Alex, but
yeah. I do want to mention I did watch The Gentleman. I watched the entire series.
damn, that was a quick binge.
Yeah, it was a couple days. We turned it on, and it was just kind of like, just like being in that universe again. It fucking rolled, man.
I liked it a
I don't
lot,
know.
way more than
Yeah.
I expected to.
And I kind of like, I don't know if I had the opposite, completely opposite, but like the first 2 episodes were fucking awesome. The third episode was okay. And then the last episodes were just fucking, I don't know. I enjoyed it all. Like Ray Winstone,
Yeah,
what's his name?
yeah.
Him. He was amazing in it. I think the Gospel is one of my favorite like villains of recent time, even though he's in like 3 episodes. I don't know. There was just a lot about it that I really enjoyed.
Just like the energy and like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a fresh voice, but like you can just feel a distinct voice in that show. And I'm like gravitating more towards like, that's a person saying something. I mean, he's obviously
Yeah.
having a shit ton of fun too. Like that's his style. And it just like kind of opened up Guy Ritchie a little more for me because like I haven't been super into his stuff recently,
Yeah.
but this one kind of brought me back in.
You can tell, like, obviously he's done a lot of movies on like the London gang, like underworld crime scene, however you want to call it. But like when he's in his bag and he's having fun,
Yeah,
you can tell.
you
And
can
like
feel it.
even though his directing is only in the first 2 episodes, it doesn't miss a beat, even when he's not directing it. You can just see his hands throughout the whole movie, or throughout the whole show, which
Right.
is kind of nice.
Yeah. Great characters
So-
too. I mean, I think they tried to set up like a little bit of the gentleman energy from the
Yeah.
movie, but it's like they're
Yeah.
all pretty different and kind of have like a lot of different shit going on. So
And like Vinnie Jones was kind of awesome in it.
Yeah.
The low key part, but he was fucking
Right.
awesome.
I love that part.
The main guy was actually just like good. I've only seen him in The White Lotus, and Sarah was like, I liked him in Insurgent and the Divergent
Oh,
series. I'm
wow.
like, of course you did. That's your thing. That's
Yeah.
fine.
We'll leave that there.
But
I like him
yeah,
too.
yeah,
I think he's good. He's got chops.
he pulled it off. I really enjoyed it. So
Nice, man.
Right on.
Well, similar. I have 4 episodes left of The Wire. So
hey,
I've
you've been
cooking.
bitching that shit.
I've been cooking. The first 3 seasons were like pretty good. Honestly, the 4th season when it just kicked in and became like a whole new like story, and there's like the power vacuum of the streets, and like everybody's like the kids are coming in and like it's like rebuilding itself a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody's in different roles. That's my favorite season. Like I loved that season. And
Is
now
that
I'm
when
in
they
5th.
introduce what's her name?
Marlo and
Yeah, Marlo and his
Snoop.
gang.
Yeah.
It was
I love
Snoop.
it.
Yeah, Snoop. She
It's
is
fucking
fucking
awesome.
chilling, man.
The
Like,
first
my
scene
God.
of season 4 just like it was like a hook when she's just going to buy the nail gun from the dude in the
Yep.
store, and she's got this way of speaking, and you're just like,
Yeah.
holy shit, who is this? Like,
She's a
it's
real like
so good.
straight out of prison onto the set of The Wire. Fucking
Wow.
awesome.
It
Yeah.
seemed like they have like a lot of Baltimore people, or like
Yeah.
definitely people who are like actor adjacent, which is like the way to fucking do it, I'd say, for
Yeah.
like that show at least. But I'm loving it. I see the value of it completely now, and I think
yeah.
like I finished The Sopranos and I was like, great show, man. But with The Wire, I kind of want to like go back and like rewatch it pretty soon, because like I want to get
Same, man.
I want
Yeah.
like a better perspective on the first 3 seasons now, and then like just keep going and like enjoy the ride at the end. But
It's like some of the best characters too. Like you care about every character. There's not one character that you're just kind of like, it's whatever. Like
That's
every
true.
character, you're like, where's this person going to end up? And you care about it. Good, bad doesn't matter. You're in the world, and you're just so immersed by everything. Even like the Union season 2. Like even
That's a good
those
one.
side characters, you're like you're there. You want to know where they're going to go. You know
Mhm.
what's going to happen.
I like the
So
like different approaches for every season. Like the 4th
Mhm.
season was like the school, the 5th season's
Yeah.
like the reporters, which it's not as interesting, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, like in the 3rd and 4th a little bit with Littlefinger, who's like
Yeah.
running for mayor and
Running,
stuff.
yeah.
Like that storyline was fantastic. Like, and it's just, and the writing in that show in the 4th season specifically is like, you can just see how all the different levels of power affect each other and stuff. It's just like
Yeah.
so well written. It's just great.
That's my main pull away after finishing it all. It was like, this is probably one of the best written shows, like character wise, story wise, like the whole arc of everything and how it goes through stages of how the city functions. It's just
See everything.
so good. So yeah,
Well,
that's
I'm
awesome.
figured I'd let you know. I got only a few episodes left, so I'm curious
Hell
how it
yeah.
ends. So
I think it pulls it off. Personally, like I was getting a little worried as I was watching it. Like, how are they going to land this? Like, it feels like there's a lot to complete, but I
Yeah.
think it does it pretty successfully. So.
Okay, cool. That's good to hear.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
maybe
dope.
y'all have convinced me. Maybe I'll have to give it a look. That sounds fun.
It's fucking
Sounds
good, man. And I'm glad like I've got The Sopranos, I got The Wire now under my belt.
Yeah.
Those are like the 2 heavy hitters. I've always heard my whole life of like those are the best shows
Yeah.
of all time, and if you say anything else, you're wrong. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I can kind of agree to a point. Sopranos, I loved it. I don't really think about it that much, but it's
Yeah.
great television for sure. But I
The
think
Wire,
next up,
man.
yeah, The Wire, great. I think next up I'm gonna go Peaky
It's
Blinders though. That's the next one.
hey,
Ah.
yeah. I need to finish that. I've watched 2 seasons, I think, but it's good.
It is good. It is
That's
good.
another big one on my list.
I was worried similarly that it wasn't going to land the ending, but I think it does.
Okay, good.
Pretty badass.
It's
Yeah.
funny about The Sopranos too. Like watching it. I mean, I'm back into it. I don't know if I told you, but the spoiler was I was watching Kill Tony, and I'm like at the bottom of the barrel for his podcast, so I'm just like reaching for everything. And I was just on YouTube and I saw Kill Tony, so I turned it on. It was with David Spade and David Attell, and I was like, you know what, this could be fun. Turn it on. Fucking tells me that Christopher dies, and the song that plays during it, and I'm like, skip ahead.
Like,
Why
why
the
did you
fuck
do
are
this?
we doing this?
That was the spoiler
So
I actually knew the whole time going in.
really,
Yeah,
oh
it was
god,
kind of hard to get over it, but
that solidified that I have to just finish it now before it's too late, because I think it is too late already. I know 2 of the main peoples and their demise, so
those pretty big ones. Yeah, there's a couple twists still if you haven't finished the 5th season, but
I'm on the 5th
yeah.
season. I just started it, so
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
It was a pretty big twist at the end, but that's kind of rough, man. That's a bummer.
yeah, it is. But honestly, I get what you're saying with like how you appreciate The Sopranos, because right now I'm really appreciating it and what it like paved the way for. I don't think it was gonna break my top 5 shows. Like The Wire immediately was like, this is like my top 3 for sure. But like with Sopranos, I think probably right below the top 5 when it gets done. Depends on how it lands, but
It has
it's
great scene writing and great overall
yeah,
like a season writing, but like I find with The Wire, the scenes mean something a lot more for
yeah,
the next
definitely.
scenes. And The Sopranos, they just do a really good scene and then they move on. You know, that's kind of what
Yeah.
it feels like a little bit, but
That's what I'm kind of curious because, like, obviously the end of this last episode was kind of like one of the best, like Gandolfini and Carmella, their whole like drag them out fight that they have. I was like,
Mm,
now this is fucking acting,
mm.
and I was like locked in. They were both. It was like it brings me the Walter Schuyler and Osmandias, where they're just like, we're a family, and it's just
Yeah,
kind of
some
like
shit's
this is
breaking down.
fucking, this is TV right here.
Yeah, for
So
sure, man.
yeah,
Definitely. The
there's
acting is
definitely
outrageous,
moments,
for sure.
but yeah.
Well, it's good.
So,
I mean, it's cool that we're both finishing some of the big ones there.
yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you binged The Wire.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I do have a pretty big urge to kind of restart it soon. So we'll see. We'll see if I do it.
I've been trying to get Sarah to, because I want to rewatch it. I want to rewatch that and Better Call Saul. And I finally got Sarah to agree to watch Better Call Saul with me, rewatch that because she actually really likes that one. But I really want her to watch The Wire. For some reason, I need validation for people
It's
with The Wire.
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
think it's hard because like with my experience, it's you can see the quality of really early on, but it took me a
It's
while to like
yeah,
care and like really get into it. So I mean, it's like I try to recommend it to people, and like I kind of know that they're not gonna like it that much, which is just, it
yeah,
sucks. But like, if you just keep going, it's gonna get great. But
yeah. There's three people I've you know recommended it to have now at least liked it a lot. So I'll take those wins. I
yeah,
recommended it to like maybe 12 people. So
yeah,
3 out of 12, not bad.
that's
Could
not
be
bad.
worse.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
Anything else you guys been watching or anything cool to talk about before we hop off?
I
I
started
watched.
Fallout.
Yeah, I've been checking out Fallout. It's pretty
Can't
good.
really get on board.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
mm.
First episode was pretty okay. I don't know. I just maybe I'm just not in the mood for it or something. I don't know what's
It's
stopping me.
Yeah.
after like binging more of The Wire, I kind of just see how, I don't want to say like empty it is, Fallout, but it's
It's
just
tough.
like it's really presentational with its set and like prop,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, they put a shit ton of money and effort into it, and then it's just like a cool scene in that set, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's it.
And,
Like, I mean, and I don't want
That's
to shit on it because I enjoy it still, but
yeah. That's kind of the hard part too, like watching Sopranos or like these obviously prestigious television series, and then going back and watching Fallout. Maybe that's my problem, especially coming straight off The Gentleman and rolling into Fallout. I don't know, because something
yeah,
about The Gentleman felt like there was good, smart writing in it. Like the jokes landed when they needed to land, and like
yeah.
I don't know, there was good wit and banter in it. And
They're thinking about the beats and on the whole
right,
like picture and everything. And Fallout's
yeah,
like, we hit that set piece, we got that done. We hit
yeah.
this moment, we did this. You know, it's like
Here's a member
a little more.
berry for the gamers out there.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
more calculated, I guess. Maybe
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool.
yeah. I want to try to finish it, but yeah, just
I was
can't
debating
really.
starting it, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
We'll see.
Makes me want to play the games, if anything.
Oh, yeah,
Games
So
are
that's
fucking
worth it. Yeah,
Fallout
matter of fact,
3 slaps.
so good, so good.
I'm either
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
would
that
start with that
one.
one first.
Yeah, I was thinking New Vegas maybe, but
New Vegas
I
rules
mean, they're
too.
both good. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
both solid. But I think, dude, Fallout 3 has like this DLC where you get abducted by aliens. That's fucking
Yeah.
oh really?
wild. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
you get like a bunch of dope ass alien weapons and gear.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
cool.
I'm into it.
But no, I was thinking about starting that. I'll probably try and finish Shogun up.
Yeah.
Episode left of that. So
Two left.
Heavy
to do.
sigh on that.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ready to
Yeah. Unless it's like some fucking
Are they
crazy
saving
ending.
all the budget,
Right.
every single dollar for this last
For
episode?
some
Man, I
amazing
hope so.
battle and some crazy regime change. Like, yeah. If
We'll
it's
see.
not, then yeah.
For sure.
But that's about it. I binged Invincible, finished that.
Nice.
That shit was just
That's
good.
great. Yeah.
Just good.
I think it's my top 3 shows so far. Invincible. So,
Yeah,
this year.
it's there's a whole bit where it's like they go to that Comic-Con and they're talking to the
Ever notice
writer.
how people cover up their
Yeah.
mouth so you don't have to actually animate or whatever?
Yeah, you're just like sitting there with like the book signing it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like that. People you act like they're moving if you pan or if you look out really far.
Yeah,
but they're all just
for a
kind of
wide
just
shot.
standing there. Yeah,
yeah.
that's clever.
Yeah. And then they do like a super detailed shot on Invincible where it's like, yeah, sometimes you can throw in flourishes to really like change the aesthetic of the whole show, and it's just like he's done in almost a completely different art style. It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fun stuff. But that's
I'm-
about it. That's
I
that's all I've
might,
been.
last note, I heard like I might check out The Sympathizer. It's like a new
Yeah,
HBO
yeah.
show.
I saw that.
I don't really know what it's about at all, but I know
Got
it's made
RDJ
by
in it.
RDJ doing some weird
Okay.
old shit, it looks like. And it's made by Park Chan-wook, I want to say, is like one of the creators, and he's like a really well-known.
Okay.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna sound
It's not Train to Busan, right?
racist.
Is it
I
the
think
same guy?
he's yeah, he must be. I think he's a Korean filmmaker.
I show in my racism.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
he's like a well-known Korean filmmaker, but definitely Asian filmmaker.
Yeah,
if I could say
yeah.
that at least. But
It's probably South Korean. Yeah.
so
Okay.
I might check that one out, see what that one's about.
I saw it on HBO because I've been kind of waiting for it because I knew he was coming out with this kind of like not necessarily out of pocket for him, but I mean I guess for him recently, it's kind of not in his wheelhouse. So
Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
interested to
Yeah.
see what he can do with this performance.
for sure.
Cool.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Next week, more Malick, maybe a movie chest or maybe a different movie. We'll see what we decide. And yeah, we'll see you then. Later.
Yes, sir. All right, boys.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm
I
going to
have
bed.
to
Good
be up
luck.
in